share a new song. I guess that's subjective, depends on how you feel about the material, really. And let me preface by saying this is not it's not meant to be a harbinger about my impending departure or something. It really is more about just the changing seasons of life. And of course, I've been through a lot of changing seasons, and as have we all. So this is entitled "One Last Song Before I Say Goodbye." Grade class, I was 12 years old, singing with the Beatles on the radio, riding my bike like a shooting star, rabbit's foot dangling from the handlebars. With President Kennedy's tragic end, our world would never be the same again. Found a sound that could soothe my soul, a siren song called rock and roll. Here's one last song before I say goodbye. I'm running out of rhymes, getting tight on time. I'm a little worn out from the roller coaster ride, but I really can't complain with these moments that remain. Gonna drink a minute before my well runs dry. Song before I say goodbye. At 15 years I was a restless kid, smoking cigarettes under Ross Creek Bridge. Still remember my first kiss, sweet Cynthia, those tender lips. But I really couldn't leave home fast enough, daring the whole world to call my bluff. Found myself a crossroads place, singing about mercy and amazing grace. Here's one last song before I say goodbye. I hope you'll lend an ear, I hope it's the love you hear. All the voices change, but the music never dies. It's really been a thrill, I'll keep doing it until they come to place those pennies on my eyes. Here's one last song before I say goodbye. I must admit I wrote a lot of tunes, bleeding from these self-inflicted wounds. Every heart knows how that feels, hungry for love and hope that heals. It took so long, but I've come to see life is a story that's not about me. I'm a small bit player in a work of art, grateful that I even got a speaking part. Here's one last song before I say goodbye. I owe you all the debt that I never will forget. I found a treasure no one can deny. The faces that I've seen, their sorrows and their dreams, no, I wouldn't trade with any other guy. Here's one last song before I say goodbye. Space. I got a map of the whole world right across my face. Living on the road. put out. For 50 years I've been all around, from the wall of China to London town. Heard a lot of applause, got a lot of complaints, sang to the cynics and the saints. Looking back over where I've been, hope I was a halfway decent friend. You could have my dog and my pickup truck. If I owe you money, well, you're out of luck. But here's one last song before I say goodbye. They come flowing like a flood, brewing in my blood. I still can hit my high notes if I try. I just can't help myself, and I can't be someone else. I'm a lot of things, but you never call me shy. There's one last song before I say goodbye. Now the days blow by like the Wild West wind, like a rodeo stallion whirls and spins. Autumn geese in the sunset sky, flapping their wings when they wave goodbye. Seasons change in my brittle bones, like the dial of a compass pointing home. Though I never can go back again, I'll thank God and remember when. Here's a one last song before I say goodbye. I'm throwing you a kiss, I hope that I'll be missed, singing with a tear and trickle in my eye. We know this life can't last, but it sure went by real fast. When they lay me down in lilies, please don't cry. I hope the preacher doesn't have to lie. I'm a happy man and I can't tell you why. Just one last song before I say it. One last song, please let me play it. One last song before I say goodbye. That song is a good news, bad news scenario. I had so much fun writing it that I kept on just trying to flesh out the story of my faith journey, and I was happy, what I accomplished. But then when I went to sing it, I just realized there's just this boatload of lyrics. It's like I could bruise my lips doing this. Someone get me some Miaflex and an ace bandage for my lips. I don't know what to do here. It's really, I don't know. It's maybe I should do Uncle Rand's special video for lip aerobics. I'm just trying to put a good spin on things.
On the last day, what will you remember? The last day, what will you wish you could forget? On the last day, what will you still treasure? The last day, what will you still regret? On the last day, will loneliness surround you? On the last day, Will your heart be filled with fear on the last day? Will you feel more alive than ever on the last day? Will you feel heaven drawing near? Will you long to be leaving, wishing you could stay? Will you hunger for forgiveness as the minutes slip away? Will you feel like there's a debt that you can't pay? On your last day, on the last day, will your childhood come to call you the last day? Will it all feel like a dream on the last day? Will your history dance before you the last day? Like a ghostly movie scene on the last day? Will you marvel at the mystery on the last day? Will the world seem very small on the last day? Will questions burn inside you on the last day? Will they matter much at all as the darkness is descending? Will you curse the jaws of death? Will you feel your spirit rising as you breathe in your last breath? Will you open up your heart and start to pray on your last day? We step into eternity with empty hands and nothing left to show for all our pride. They will all forget your name, and all that will remain is the love you could not keep inside. On the last day, just might be tomorrow, the last day. No one ever knows the last day. Time will never tell you the last day. It's the restless wind that blows on the last day. Will you hear the angels singing on the last day? Will you see beyond your sight on the last day? Will someone come to greet you on the last day? Down that corridor of light, will you break the chains of silence, confess your secret sin? Will you weep with relief as the truth comes rushing in? God knew it all and loved you anyway. On your last day, God knows it all and loves you anyway. On your last day. Yes, we are. Well, I'd like to share a new song with you now. This is about the big picture. Sort of born out of being at airports for 53 years. Glad something relatively musical and productive came out of that. Just think of places like, I go to Chicago O'Hare and I go,
Man, they should have like the Randy room by now. Really, just give me my own personal key, a little kind of a futon in there, and a little cup of cocoa. I've just spent years of my life. I actually even have slept in the airport. Not really willingly, but that's what, I mean, I think there's actually pictures. I think Leslie has a picture of me. And to make it extra special, it was my birthday. And I'm sleeping on a bench in Chicago O'Hare because, by golly, I know how to party. You see what happens when you don't go to junior college like your dad said? See? Hope you're happy now, sleeping on a bench in O'Hare Airport with your little guitar. My career, just like I pictured it. Anyway, okay. I'm just having a good time by myself now. All right, here we go. That's not how that goes. Come on. Who wrote this? That's right. Gee, man. There's no one to blame but myself. I can't, like, look at the drummer, you know? Darn it. But it's a new song. So very new, I barely even got it. No, it's fresh, it's fresh. This life is like that airport sign. Decide right from the start. Are you departing to arrive or arriving to depart? Our journey should be savored just like honey from the hive. We're arriving to depart, but we're departing to arrive. Tethered to the blind guide of our will, feels like pushing Jell-O up a hill. Our days on earth and all their worth should be treasured like an art. We've departed to arrive, we're arriving to depart. We're straddling the crossroads with this nagging question mark. Have we departed to arrive, or arrived just to depart? We whistle past the graveyard, never sure why we're alive. We've arrived soon to depart, now we're departing to arrive. Helpless to resist the tide of time, circumstances turning on a dime. We're quickly getting nowhere with the horse behind the cart. We've departed to arrive, we've arrived here to depart. And happiness just toys with us, it comes and goes and leaves us wanting more. It's a flimsy imitation of the godly joy our souls are starving for. So be wary, all you pilgrims, of the devil's deadly darts. He departed to arrive, he arrived soon to depart. He's the master of disaster, he's the prince of shuck and jive. He arrived here to depart, he'll depart and not arrive. His poker game is running out of cards. He'll soon be hoisted by his own petard. That's French, you can look that up. He's clever and he's cunning, but that never made him smart. He departed to arrive, he arrived here to depart. Now God came down from glory to offer up his heart. He departed to arrive, he arrived soon to depart. His holy hands have held me. They're the reason I survive. I've arrived here to depart, but I'm departing to arrive. I've arrived soon to depart. I'll be departing to arrive. Thank you. I want to do another new one for you now. And this one I describe as the Everly Brothers meet the Holy Ghost. And I can only hope that they did. Those guys were phenomenal. Influenced everybody from the Beatles to the Eagles. They were just amazing. And one of my most sort of bizarre and cool and painful stories was that years ago, a friend of mine who was a lovely lady, session singer, and got a deal with, I think, MCA. She was at a dinner theater, and I went to see her, to cheer her on. And I was a friend. Her boyfriend was a good friend of mine. So I'm sitting, eating my spaghetti and meatballs, just totally relaxed. She looked out in the audience and she said, "You know what, folks? I got a dear friend here, he's a talented guy. I want to invite Randy Stonehill to come on up and do a song with us." And I'm going, I got this mouthful of spaghetti. So she said, Randy, give him a hand. Here he comes. So anyway, so I got up and I looked at her and she looked at me and I went, "Okay, what do you want to do?" She said, "Let's do Kathy's Clown by the Everly Brothers." Don't want your love anymore. I was listening to this on my transistor radio when I was 10, just going, those guys are so good. I cry each time I hear this sound. Here he comes. That's Kathy's Clown, right? I was going, okay, well, I sort of know it, And so we just jumped in, and had a good time, and it was decidedly loose. The next day, she thanked me, and I went and finished my dinner, and the next day my phone rang at home, and it was her boyfriend, who was also in the band. He said, "Hey, Randy, Carol has done some session singing a lot in town, but she's done some work with Phil Everly." I said, "Oh, that's great." She said, "Yeah, guess who was sitting in the darkness at the bar at the back of the room last night when we were butchering Kathy's Clown?" I went, no. He said, "Yeah, Phil Everly." He said, I'm pretty sure I saw him order a double." When I just go, "Oh no, I'm just so glad I didn't know he was there." I'm just so glad. I just go, "Oh no, I'm just so glad I didn't know he was there." I'm just so glad. It probably wasn't that bad, but still, that's not the point. And interestingly enough, I met him again several years later when Cliff Richard, who was kind of the Elvis of Europe, brother in the Lord, and had done one of my songs. Anyway, I went to see Cliff at a big club, and I got to go backstage, and so he's getting ready to go out, and security guard knocks on the door and said, "Yeah, Mr. Richard, Phil Everly is here." And I'm just standing very still, just going, "Please don't let him, Lord, don't let him recognize me. I was the guy that." Anyway, but he came back, and they were talking shop and stuff, and he said, "This is my friend Randy Stonehill." I said, "Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you, Mr. Everly. Can we get some mood lighting? Just get some mood lighting here in the room. Just And I think we'll all look a little better. Anyway. So this is really about, I guess, it's kind of just what God does with music. Oh, you know what I should do with my music is put this capo on. I knew that. But yeah, this is kind of like the Holy Spirit as the muse, how the Lord speaks through music. And it's called blue guitar. Oh, my baby's got a blue guitar. When she plays, it makes me cry. Pretty notes that dance and flow move me so, and I don't know why. That little girl makes a sacred sound, comes raining down like shooting stars. I bend my knee to the melody when my baby plays her blue guitar. Yeah, my baby plays a blue guitar. Angels whisper through those strings, sweet and clear like the sky so blue, so deep and true that it almost stings. And I'm baptized in these tears every time I hear that music start. It fills the air like a holy prayer when my baby plays her blue guitar. Blue guitar, blue guitar. Baby plays a blue guitar, calling to my soul like the moon calls to the tide. Blue guitar, blue guitar, what a mystery you are. Always finds that place where my blues can never hide. Baby plays a blue guitar. Like a child, I'm mesmerized by her soft blue eyes, how bright they are. My heart flies to another world when that girl plays her blue guitar. Blue guitar, blue guitar. Baby's got a blue guitar, and it gently rings like the bluebird sings her song. Blue guitar, what a miracle you are. Lifts me up to heaven's high where I belong. Baby plays a blue guitar. Yeah, my baby plays a blue guitar, sapphire blue like the big blue sea. When she plays, I'm in her hands. She don't understand what she does to me. That little girl makes a sacred sound, comes raining down like shooting stars. I bend my knee to the melody when my baby plays her blue guitar. I bend my knee to the melody when my baby plays her blue guitar. Blue guitar, blue guitar. I tip my hat to you, Phil and Dawn in heaven. My golly. May we meet again someday.